Good evening, Mandy. Evening, Amy. I was so surprised today. You and me both. What are the chances one of my old mom friends would be working at my new company? I know, right? I moved here 5 years back when my husband got a transfer at work. But I was really surprised to hear you'd moved to the same city. Oh, really? We moved here because my husband got a transfer at work, too. It doesn't look like our kids will be at the same elementary school, though, since we live in different school districts. Oh, really? I didn't realize. Well, there we have it. Old friends reunited as coworkers. Here's hoping we bring in lots of great results together. Yeah, we got this. Oh, there was one thing. What is it? I'm not part-time. I'm actually a full-time regular employee, and I'm part of the management team. Huh? Actually, I'm your direct superior. Really? Sorry, it's not like I want you to think I'm a hotshot or anything, but I'm obligated to interact with you as I would any of my subordinates, at least while we're at work. There are also differences in what our respective jobs entail. I thought it would be better to get everything out in the open from the get-go so as to avoid any misunderstandings further down the line. Oh, I see. Of course. Silly me, I had the wrong idea. Sorry. No, not at all. You've been at the company way longer than me. It's only natural you'd be a step ahead of me by now. I'm gonna work hard to become a regular employee myself. That's great. You can do it. I mean, you became one after all. And so it should be even easier for me. Right. Anyway, let's get to it. Sure thing. Let's get to work. Hey, Mandy. Hey, Amy. Thanks for your hard work lately. What's up? That project that was being discussed in the meeting today? You and Dave, the section manager of our department, are both going to be on board, right? Am I right in thinking Dave is going to be in charge of it? Yes, that's right. What kind of project is it? Product development. The aim is to break through into new demographics and develop new customer bases by creating products based on concepts completely different to those we've been making until now. Wow, that sounds so interesting. The project only got up and running about a month ago. Ooh, does that mean it's still in its early stages? That's right. The general direction has more or less already been established. We're currently in the preliminary stage, whereby each project member has been tasked with drafting a plan. The first presentations are scheduled to begin as we move into next month, and after that, the most well-researched proposal presentations will be adopted for the project. I see. Hey, Mandy, about this project. Yes? I want to be on board too. Huh? I think you should be the one to ask the section manager for me. That's not really going to be feasible. What? Why? It's not my job to make those kinds of decisions. You mean you won't put in a good word for your best mom friend from back in the day? Not even for old time's sake? I don't think it's appropriate to mix my private affairs with my work life. What? Come on! Besides, I'd have to have some serious clout to bring someone who just joined the company into a project of this magnitude. It's just not realistic. I'm sorry. Huh? Why not? Are you saying I'm not capable of doing a good job? No, that's not what I mean. Your work responsibilities still mostly only entail shadowing and assisting the senior employees. It's just a little, premature, you know? If you can do it, there's no reason I can't too. Look, in any case, there are no plans to bring anyone else on board right now because the project's full up. And even if there were, I don't have the authority to recruit new personnel. I'm afraid I can't do anything for you on this one. Sorry. My husband will be home soon, so I have to head off. Take care, Amy.
Mandy, thank you for your efforts over the last few days. How are things? Is now a good time to talk?
Oh, Dave! Hello, yes, I can talk now. What's up?
I'm sorry to contact you after work like this. I messaged you because there's something I need to ask you about quickly.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm on the train right now, so that's fine, as long as you don't mind if we do it by message. What can I help you with?
Well, I'll just come straight out with it. Did you know that new part-timer, Amy, who joined the company recently, before she joined?
Huh?
She said you were old acquaintances.
Yes. We met 5 years ago before we moved to the city. We both have sons of the same age, so we were kind of like mom friends. It was a total coincidence we met again at the company, though.
Ah, I see. So that was the nature of your relationship.
Even still, it's not like we were best friends, or even particularly familiar, to be honest. It's just that our sons were both in the same class at kindergarten back then. So we talked every now and then while waiting for the kids to get out at the end of the day. Anyway, that's how we met. And we did get along well enough on the occasions we happened to meet each other. I couldn't tell you what she thinks of me, though.
I understand. Thank you.
Did something happen?
Well, to tell you the truth, Amy suddenly proclaimed that she wanted to be a part of our new product development project today.
Huh? You mean she came and spoke with you directly?
That's right. It's not that I have an issue with people being direct and proactive at work. In fact, I admire it. That said, I found the way she asked me a little disagreeable.
The way she asked you?
Mandy's not very good at her job at all, so I think the project would run a lot smoother if you swapped her for me.
What? She said that?
She did. Plus,
What is it?
there is one more thing I'd like to ask you. Am I right in thinking that Amy has a husband?
Yes, she's married. She said the reason she moved here in the first place was because her husband got transferred to a different branch at his company.
I see. Just as I thought.
What happened?
Well, before I tell you, can I trust this conversation will remain strictly between the two of us?
Yes, of course, my lips are sealed. Is everything okay?
What she said is, if you bring me in on this project, I'll go on a date with you. Obviously, I declined straight away. I have a family of my own, after all. What does she take me for?
Yes, of course. Wonder what the hell she's playing at.
And actually, Mandy,
Yes?
I'm due to discuss this matter with the department manager tomorrow morning. If you wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate if you joined us.
Me?
You're a member of the same department and an active participant in the project in question. On top of that, you're Amy's direct superior. Given your unique position, we'd like to hear your honest thoughts on the matter.
Mandy! Looks like I might have a shot at joining the project after all. I just knew Dave would have an eye for up-and-coming talent. Good evening, Amy. Yes, I heard all about your conversation. If your draft plan is accepted at the next batch of presentations, you'll be brought on board as an official member of the project team, right? Yeah, that's right. Well, in that case, you'd better get to work on putting together the presentation materials. Oh, well, you see, about that. Could you put my slides together for me? What? Think about it. I'm just a lowly part-timer. It's more appropriate that you, as a full-time regular employee, handle this kind of dreary desk work. I'm sure you understand. Plus, I'm super busy right now with helping the other employees on their assignments. I just can't catch a break. I have to make careful consideration before taking on anything new when I have so many people relying on me. Wait a second. What on earth are you talking about? The only reason you're being considered for the project in the first place is to see what kind of draft plan you can come up with and what kind of presentation you put together. Huh? If you want some extra time to work on your draft, I'm more than open to the possibility of redistributing some of your current assignments. And if there's ever anything you don't understand, you're welcome to come and speak to me at any time. Basically, please put the draft together yourself, okay? Mandy! Who was it who so kindly came over to talk to you when you were all on your own outside kindergarten in our old city? I had plenty of friends back then. But of all of them, you got along with me the best. I was always there for you. I'm not so sure about that. Anyway, you're my boss now, right? Surely the boss is the one ultimately responsible for their subordinates' work. You wouldn't just abandon a valuable member of your team in their hour of need. That doesn't apply to this presentation. Oh, come on. Just hurry up and get my presentation done. I'll consider it a thank you for everything I did for you back then. That seriously won't be happening. Mandy, you're awful! I can't believe you didn't prepare me a single thing for today's presentation! Not just that, but you didn't tell me the company president would be in attendance either! Do you have any idea how badly you've humiliated me? I got declined for the project! This is all your fault! No, Amy. That's where you're wrong. What? Since you went and told Dave yourself that you wanted to become a member of the project team, he and upper management decided you would be tested and your entry onto the team decided by whether or not you could meet certain conditions. Those conditions included the success of your presentation, including preparation of materials and the subsequent adoption of your proposal. There's not much point in a test if you don't complete it by yourself, is there? But in spite of that, you asked me to put together the presentation materials for you. Why? I already told you, because you owe me from back when we used to be friends. I gave you a chance to pay back your debt of gratitude, and this is how you repay me? Bringing our private lives into the office isn't acceptable. Besides, and I'm sorry to say this, but I don't have any recollection of us being particularly good friends. What? We never even went for tea parties or lunches like I did with the other moms. Huh? You guys went for tea parties and lunches? I only remember speaking to you like 2 or 3 minutes sometimes when we were dropping off or picking up our boys from school. Brief, superficial interactions at best. What? No way! I thought we had a special bond! Anyway, regardless, just because it's looking likely your husband is going to divorce you and take you to court for custody of your son doesn't give you the right to stop doing your job properly. What did you just say? If anything, you should be giving it your absolute best at the office to boost your chances of winning the custody battle. Maybe then you'd have a shot at becoming a regular employee. Your financial situation would stabilize and you'd be looked on favorably by the judge. But more importantly, you would have been better off just not cheating on your husband in the first place. Just you? Hold on a minute. What do you mean? I happened to bump into your husband the other day. He asked me about how you were doing at your new job. After I told him everything that happened at work, he suddenly told me he had also just found out about some other things you'd been doing behind his back. You've been busy, huh, Amy? Oh, that oaf of a man! How is a girl supposed to stay interested in just one man anyway? It's not my fault he's boring. Ugh, actually, whatever, I don't care. Because I have Dave, the section manager. Huh? You do? Well, you see, I made him an offer he just won't be able to refuse. I said, if he puts me on the project team, I'll go on a date with him. I might not have made it onto the team at the end due to your unparalleled selfishness. But let's face it, there's no way Dave would turn down a date with me. I'm drop-dead gorgeous, after all. So even on the off chance my husband does divorce me, I'll be absolutely fine, sweetie. Dave isn't the kind of guy to go along with something like that. Maybe not on the surface. But deep down, I'm probably his heart's only desire. Everything that happened with you being tested on the project was Dave's doing. Huh? He went to the department manager as soon as you approached him. He was told, if she's got what it takes, take her on. If not, tell her we're focusing on maintaining the status quo right now, or that we'll consider her in the future. That's why you were granted a test. But don't kid yourself. He's single, right? Surely he won't refuse. Single guys have a thing for other guys' wives, after all. The section manager has a wife and children. What? He does? You're lying. I haven't heard anything about that. Anyway, I just got done writing and handing in my report about how you tried to make me create the materials for your presentation. No, please, tell them you made a mistake. Take it back. Please continue this discussion with upper management. Goodbye. In the end, Coda basically lasted 6 months after joining the company. I don't know whether it's because things got difficult for her at work after everyone found out about what she tried to do, but she left a week after our last messages. I heard what happened to her next from her husband. He filed for a divorce immediately after he found out about her affair, and now he has full custody of their son. Her and her lover's relationship has already fallen apart, and apparently she's living with her parents in the countryside for the time being. But her relationship with her parents disintegrated immediately when they found out about her behavior at work. They were gobsmacked. "This isn't how we raised you," they said. Now she lives a solitary existence completely on her own in the next town. Of course, her husband sued her for damages due to her affair. But she struggles to hold down a job due to her difficult personality. And what with the compensation payments, I heard she's seriously struggling to make ends meet. I guess this is what happens when you do and say as you please without any regard for those around you.
Hey, Fiona, will you be ready to leave the house soon?
Hey, good morning, Wes. It's looking like my brother's gonna be picking me up a little later than we planned. He said he can still come and get me on the way back to his place from the airport, but apparently there's been a major accident on the state highway and it's backed up like you wouldn't believe. He says he'll be arriving at my place an hour later than we scheduled.
I see. Sorry I couldn't take you to your brother's place myself. I would have loved to help out, but, well, yeah, that happened. I had no idea my boss would spring a business trip to Seattle on me when you were just 2 weeks out from giving birth. To make matters worse, I'd already applied to switch to remote work in preparation for the birth when he told me. I asked if there was anyone else who could go in my place, but apparently things are real rough at my company these days and we're suffering from a major manpower shortage.
What did you say the reason was again? Didn't the guy who was originally supposed to go on the Seattle trip end up in a hospital bed after getting into a car crash? You were literally the only person who was able to go, right? It's fine, babe, I get it. This one was out of your hands.
Thanks. They did know about my situation, so I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a little frustrating. But you're right, it couldn't be helped. Things are a little rough for the company right now. Of course, my mom does live next door to us, but she's about as useless as a chocolate fire hydrant, and if anything, she'd probably just get in your way if I asked her to get involved.
I'll make no comment on that one. Anyway, it's fine. Luckily, my brother and his wife said they'd take me in and look after me for a little while. Plus, they only live 10 minutes away from us, so the location is super convenient.
Yeah, no kidding. They've been total lifesavers on this one. My boss said I can fly back from Seattle early and cut the business trip short if there are any problems on your end, so don't hesitate to let me know if you need me, okay?
Okay, babe, gotcha. I'm sure I won't need to, but it's nice to know you'll be able to come back if anything happens.
Anyway, sorry, but I gotta head off and arrange a taxi to come get us now. Catch you later. You tell your brother and his wife I said thanks, okay?
Sure thing. Enjoy your business trip, babe.
Fiona, go and buy me some eggs, bananas, a bottle of wine, and a big juicy steak this instant. Obviously, I want everything to be of the highest quality money can buy, which means you're going to get it from the luxury supermarket by the station. Anything less and I won't accept it. I can't eat anything that isn't from that supermarket. Oh, and as for the eggs, I need at least a 10-pack, and I won't accept anything that costs less than $20. And believe me, I will be inspecting the receipt. Don't you dare try and trick me by getting some cheap garbage from the convenience store around the corner.
Veronica, I'm pretty sure I told you this the other day, but I'm gonna be staying at my brother's place because Wes got sent over to Seattle on a short-notice business trip. He'll be arriving soon.
So what? What's your point? All that means is you need to get a move on and get it done before your brother arrives. Simple. Anyway, I never gave you permission to do a home birth in the first place.
Well, I'm sorry, but whether or not I do a home birth is my decision, Veronica. My brother and his wife have everything they need to care for me, and besides, she used to be a midwife, so it's not like they're unqualified.
Don't answer me back, young lady. I didn't ask for an essay. I told you I did not give you permission. Get your ass over to my house this instant. I need a word with you.
That's not gonna be possible right now, Veronica. Like I said, my brother's gonna be arriving any time now.
Quit making excuses. It'll only take 5 minutes. Stop answering me back and get over here right now.
Okay.
Veronica, what the hell are you doing? Why did you lock me in the sauna? Are you insane? You do know I'm heavily pregnant, don't you? If you can withstand the heat of the sauna, I'll acknowledge you as my daughter-in-law. I'll let you out when I'm back from my vacation, so quit your whining and focus on surviving instead. Your vacation? Today I'm going on a once-in-a-lifetime luxury 7-day trip to the East Coast that includes fancy wine bars, relaxing spa resorts, top-class 5-star restaurants, live music, and a rare cheese-tasting event.
What the hell? Are you saying I have to stay in this sauna for 7 days?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. If you can tolerate the heat, I'll finally acknowledge you as my daughter-in-law and Wesley's wife. That's what you've wanted all this time, isn't it? Simple, right?
It's too hot. My baby.
Oh, quit being a drama queen. My friend just arrived in the car, so I'll have to go now. Toodles!
Veronica, wait! Wes, there's something I need to tell you about.
What's wrong?
Your mom locked me in the sauna.
What?
Don't worry, I already managed to get out, so I'm not in danger or anything.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm pleased, but what do you mean she locked you in the sauna? Do you mean the sauna my dad and uncle had built onto their house as an extension as a result of their sauna hobby getting a little too out of control?
That's right.
I see. I have used it myself a few times, not regularly or anything, but it's nice as a refresher after working out every now and then. But it does get pretty damn hot pretty damn quickly. To think you got locked in there? Oh my God. What exactly happened? Would you mind explaining from the beginning?
Well, you see, this is how it went. Your mom asked me to go get her a bunch of groceries, but I had to say no because my brother was set to arrive to take me to his place at any moment. Then she said she needed to talk to me about something and demanded I go over to her house. I did say no, but she insisted it'd only take 5 minutes.
I see. So, you went...
I didn't want to, but I thought if I didn't, she'd make me regret it later on. I messaged my brother to let him know I was heading over to your mom's for a few minutes.
I'm pleased you're okay, babe. You have no idea how hard I panicked when you said you got locked in the sauna. But what the hell happened?
Well, your mom invited me over, then I messaged my brother. I timed it so I'd get back to our house exactly when he and his wife arrived. But when I arrived at your mom's place, no sooner had I knocked on the door than she was dragging me through the house. And before I could even make sense of what was happening, she threw me in the sauna and slammed the door behind me. I tried to get out, but she must have blocked the door with something from the outside, because it wouldn't budge. It turns out your mom had plans to go on vacation with her friends, so she left me in the house, locked in the sauna room, completely on my own.
What?
Thankfully, my brother turned up pretty much straight after she left. He used the spare key I gave him to get inside to find out what was going on when he realized I wasn't home. And fortunately, he could hear me banging on the door. I was probably only in there for like 3 minutes at most. The sauna was still heating up by the time I got out, which means I got out of there with no issues other than feeling slightly warmer than usual. Other than the shock and surprise of being dragged through the house by your mom, I'm totally fine.
Oh my God. I see.
I had my phone with me, so I did try messaging your mom. I messaged her, "It's too hot, my baby," to pretend I was still in the sauna and make her think whatever the hell she was trying to do was still happening as planned.
I see. I understand. Oh my God, Fiona, I'm so relieved you're okay. I don't know what I would have done if... Nope, I don't even want to think about it.
I'm resting up at my brother's house right now, so don't worry about me, okay, babe? I know you're probably shocked, but I just want you to focus on your business trip.
Actually, it's looking like things on my end are going to be wrapped up way sooner than I expected. My client meetings went surprisingly smoothly, and I only have a few extra loose ends to take care of now. I'll book a flight back home for tomorrow afternoon.
All right, got it. Thanks a bunch, Wes.
So my mom's on vacation right now? Did she say when she's coming home?
She said she was going for 7 days, so next Saturday, I guess?
Well, in that case, about what we discussed before?
Huh?
I did originally plan to move forward with everything when you'd rested up and recovered for a while after the birth. But it just dawned on me that if you're already at your brother's place, all I have to do is move quickly on my end, and we can probably have everything wrapped up way sooner than we planned.
Oh, Wes, I'm super grateful, but are you sure you don't mind? Won't you be crazy busy if you take all this on now?
It's fine, babe. It's really not that much of a big deal. Besides, I feel like we'd be fools not to take advantage of this opportunity with Mom not being at the house for a whole week. Leave everything to me, okay? I got this covered.
Got it. Sorry to trouble you, sweetie. Thanks a bunch. I'm counting on you.
All right.
Fiona, where the hell are you? I have no idea how the hell you managed to escape from that sauna, but this is not acceptable behavior. You're my daughter-in-law, and you had no right to defy me like that.
I take it you're finally home then, Mom?
Oh, hello, Wesley. I just came back from my vacation. But when I opened the front door, the most pungent smell was coming from inside the house. I knew something wasn't right, so I followed my nose, and can you believe where it led me? To the sauna! The door had been left wide open. I have no idea why, but there was a box of broken eggs inside the sauna. Oh, and they must have gone rotten, because they stunk so bad my entire house reeked of rotten eggs. I bet that wretched wife of yours is responsible for this, isn't she?
What led you to that conclusion?
Well, who else could it be? She was the last person in there.
You mean my heavily pregnant wife was in the sauna? And why exactly would she go somewhere like that?
She said she wanted to use it, so I let her in.
Are you for real? That sauna reaches like 80 or 90 degrees. It's like a frickin' volcano in there. Are you seriously telling me my heavily pregnant wife, who's set to give birth in less than 2 weeks, would voluntarily go inside a place that would obviously put a massive toll on her body and jeopardize our baby's health?
But, there were eggs in there, and that's the truth. Anyway, you don't know anything about this. So you're away on business in Seattle, so you couldn't possibly comment on what's going on back here. Goodness me, Wesley, when are you going to stop blindly believing whatever your wife tells you?
I came back home ages ago.
What? You did?
As for the eggs in the sauna, you demanded Fiona go to the supermarket to buy you a bunch of groceries, including eggs, didn't you? But Fiona was waiting for a ride from her brother and didn't have time for that. So she brought over some expensive, top-of-the-range eggs we had left over, hoping that would be enough for you.
What?
That's when you locked her in the sauna, isn't it? The eggs got broken during the chaos when she dropped them during your struggle as you threw her inside and locked the door behind her. After that, she was so desperately focused on getting the heck out of there to protect herself and the baby that she totally forgot about all the broken eggs on the floor. And since she didn't go back after she escaped, they've been rotting there ever since.
Wait a sec. So, is that why you messaged me just after I messaged Fiona?
Bingo! Me and Fiona are together right now.
Oh my god, no way!
Oh, and you might be interested in knowing that she successfully gave birth to a healthy baby boy 2 days ago.
What? You mean I have a grandson?
Yes.
Oh, which hospital did she give birth at? Oh, she must still be there recuperating, right? I want to meet my grandson as soon as possible.
Haha. Get real, you deluded maniac. There's no way on earth you're meeting our son.
Why not?
Because you intentionally put his and his mother's life in danger before waltzing off to go on a frickin' luxury vacation, while for all you knew, my wife could have been dying. Surely I don't have to spell it out. You can't actually be too dumb to realize that if something happened to Fiona, your grandson's life would have been in danger too, right? I can't let my wife and son go anywhere near someone as dangerous and unpredictable as you.
Oh my god, don't call me that! Forget all this, I'm coming over to your house immediately. Let's just sit down and hash things out like adults instead of throwing around petty insults like school children. What's going on? Your house is practically empty. Where did all of your things go?
We moved.
What?
We couldn't risk living next door to you for a second longer while you continued to bully Fiona.
Bullying? Why, I've never heard anything so silly in my life.
You can't play dumb or worm your way out of this one, Mom. It's too late to take back what you did.
Fine, just tell me where you moved to.
Yeah, nope, that's not gonna be happening. Goodbye forever.
Wesley, wait, I can't lose my precious darling boy! No!
According to Wes, his mother-in-law was the kind of person who took pleasure in bossing people around and seemed totally incapable of comprehending the consequences of her actions. To be totally honest, I didn't need to hear it from him, because I'd been tolerating her crap for years by that point. But the whole sauna incident was the straw that broke the camel's back. Her behavior finally got so out of hand that it put not only my life in danger, but also that of our unborn son, which meant we had no choice but to get as far away from her as possible and cut all ties for good. Wes was at his wit's end with his mom's crazy shenanigans, and he really meant it when he said there was no going back. Last I heard, she still lives on her own in the same house. However, astonishingly, she still doesn't seem to understand why we had to get away from her, and lacks any comprehension of the fact she did something wrong. The final nail in her coffin was that afterwards, she went around complaining to all her friends about her son's ingratitude towards her, locking me in the sauna to teach me a lesson. With that, she became a total social pariah. Now she doesn't have a single friend left in the world. None of her family are speaking to her, and she spends every day in abject loneliness and isolation, wondering where it all went wrong. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to prove what a boss you are by liking and subscribing. Also, leave a comment if you think the mother-in-law from hell, Veronica, got what she deserved. We can't wait to see you again next time. Peace!